represent the values that you stand for. Click the link below for God, Family, and Guns merchandise. The Glock pistol is quite possibly the single most popular pistol on the planet, and it's proven itself to be extremely durable, tough, accurate, and dependable. And the problem with Glock is something I've stated many times over the years, is that they're just with such an incredible pistol that they designed back in the early 80s, that there really hasn't been any innovation since the early 80s. They just kind of, like, every Glock pistol is pretty much a Glock pistol, regardless of the size of the caliber or the name. It's pretty much the same thing, except for the 22. Last May, some rumors, definitely more than rumors, Glock had applied for some patents for some carbine parts. Primarily things related to the charging handle, the action, the barrel. They just, through the EU, they applied for several carbine patents. And this carbine, essentially, that they were looking at, if you kind of make some assumptions based on these patents and designs, really looked a lot like an AR-style rifle with a side charging handle, as well as it appears to be piston-driven. So, what happened to this gun? Where is it? Or is it a really thing? What happened to the Glock Carbine? Well, I will say that going to SHOT Show 2022 this past January was a lot like probably going to the fair on a rainy day. It's exciting, yet a big letdown, and you kind of just want to get out of there as soon as you get there. Stopping by Glock, asking them what they had new, the answer was nothing. But that was the answer that a lot of manufacturers gave, was that they just, nothing. And when I asked why, they said because they were focused on putting out the types of guns that America demanded during the gun panic buying season. And they just said nothing. Asked about the carbine, no response, just no, nothing. Like literally, we have nothing new to offer you this year. So what happened to this carbine? Well, the patents have been approved, and my guess is that this is something that Glock in Austria is exploring. They're exploring this, they're looking at it. I believe that releasing a Glock carbine would be one of the best-selling carbines of all time, straight out. Obviously, a lot of carbines have sold tens and tens of millions of carbines, but I mean just straight out of the gate, first couple months sales, probably be the biggest first couple months sales of any carbine, maybe in history, because, you know, Glock's a very, very loved pistol. But again, I mean, they made one gun, and then they still make, just for the most part, just one gun, other than, I would argue, the 22 LR, but other than that, man, they just make one gun. So this would be very exciting. It would completely change my opinion of the lack of continued innovation in Glock, and I believe it'd be wildly successful. But where is it? Well, again, I believe that where it's at is it's just in kind of the exploring stages. Obviously enough to take some time to apply for patents, but something you have to know about Glock is from the very beginning, when they just simply made camera parts and a few knives for the Austrian military, everything was patented. He's a scientist. Gaston Glock was a scientist before he was a gun producer, and patents are very, very important to that company. So if, you know, by just getting some patents out there doesn't necessarily mean that new guns are coming. That I know. There's a lot of Glock patents out there, and many of them are not being used for many reasons. So, and they've also made parts in the past. Before they made the Glock pistol, they made camera parts, they made knife parts, they made steel rods and that sort of thing for just parts. So it could be that Glock's actually literally just making some parts as well. So love to hear your thoughts or insight on that. I guess the short answer is what's Glock got new? Definitely not a carbine, because the answer is nothing. But will a carbine be coming? I mean, I guess your guess is as good as mine. If I had to put money on it, I'm going to say not anytime soon. I believe that these are just some patent parts for the exploration process, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but that'd be what I put my money on. So love to hear your thoughts and insight on it. Put in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.